Welcome back, everyone, to Game 2 here of this best of three. HellRaisers leading 1-0 in Group A up against Viking. As we get ourselves ready and started into that laning stage. Draft already done. And we prepare ourselves for what's to come. Shad on the Void, Celery, Enchantress down bottom with Roger, Marana, and Funnick on the Timber. Miposhka should be just guaranteeing bounty runes down south with Disruptor helping Nyx's Morphling top against what looks like a Darkseer for Toby. Aramis, Rubik lane there, and then we've got the 1v1 mid, Boom, Queen of Pain, and Xani playing that OD middle.
30 seconds to battle.
On bottom lane, Faceless Void, Orb of Venom, 2 branches. He can afford to go for more greedy build. He's playing with Enchantress in the laning stage, Headress, and Nature's Attendance will help him regen and be pretty much full HP. Timbersaw is not threatening Faceless Void early on that much, especially with Marana.
Yeah, they're a little bit irritating, but kill threat shouldn't really be there. Unless they land a massive long duration arrow and Shad's already like half HP or something. But we will have Miposhka shift back up to top. Everything settles into place. How do you think about this top lane from Viking then? Rubik, Darkseer, is that going to force Morphling Disruptor to struggle a little bit? Or do you see it going the other way around?
Morphling will get the farm. There is no burst damage besides the Fate Bolt, so he will always have enough sustain. Does Disruptor have Headress? He does not.
He does not. And immediately, straight onto Nyx. Look at that. Fade Bolt, Iron Shell. Nyx drops to like half HP. And even though Miposhka has that Thunderstrike to trade back, like you're saying, the regen battle already being won, some part, by that Radiant side. Continuing to trade though, Aramis has a Fairy Fire, and what's the damage difference? So it's 51 minus 20 when Fade Bolt's up, and then 55 thanks to the Fairy Fire and that branch.
And Morphling's one of the heroes that loves farming under the tower, has a lot of damage. He only missed 2 creeps, which is not that big of a deal.
Yeah, we've got 2 1v1s in the top lane. The 2 supports battling it out. And then Nyx and Toby having a bit of a scrap. But I guess the big thing here, you know, Timbersaw loves being in a solo lane so he can get himself levels very quickly. And this kind of allows Marana to go back, farm jungle, and be that threatening presence from the fog. Always scaring that mid laner, especially with that arrow that can come from any direction. Which is why we see the Radiant with a couple of very good wards watching for the transition into mid. Oh, Funnick. Okay, he's fine. Level 1 reactive armor and about to hit level 3. So he'll have that additional regen. Giving a bit of pressure there to the Void with that Timber Chain. And a massive wave coming under tower.
If he can land Astral on mid, this could be a first blood. Let's see if he can land an arrow. Come in. It's a bit late, arrow.
It's perfect. Queen of Pain about to drop. Astral into
It wasn't
arrow.
perfect, Gary.
It was perfect.
It was not. It was just that Queen of Pain did not have a point in Blink.
Well, you know, you don't expect her to have a point in Blink yet, do you? Level 3? I guess she could. It was all planned.
We see that more often. But when you're playing against... I guess you just don't think that he's not gonna land the arrow.
Just assume it's going to happen. Looking for a Courier Snipe maybe there, Roger. Ward in behind tier 1, tier 2. Enchantress, Celery coming into mid. And trying to find out where Roger is lurking around in this jungle area. Killing off the big creeps on his way through. Like, the thing is here, you know, Marana against Enchantress. Not only are you killing the big creeps preemptively in the jungle, but you're also able to snipe them out whenever Ench does pick up, you know, this little Frost Mage. Give the armor over to Boom. But for now, Roger hanging around towards the top lane, thinking about maybe playing in towards the Rubik.
This is the power of Timbersaw. You can let him be alone. He's already level 4.5, so there's no way they're gonna kill him on the bottom lane, which allows Marana to make a move either on a mid lane or on the top lane. So he moved from the bottom jungle to the top one, so he always has a place to land an arrow. Right now he's just jungling a little bit.
Queen of Pain still doing pretty decently CS-wise against this OD. Another Astral. Roger not really here in time for the arrow, and the bottom Arcane Rune. Maybe grabbed up by Boom. Celery's going to zone out the OD. No bottle for Boom, so no refill, sadly. It does mean Void, Shad, 23 and 5 farming completely freely under his tower, of course, like you said, with the Timbersaw kind of cutting wave, not pressuring the hero, so Funnick returns to the lane properly. Get some damage on the Shad. There's the bit of damage they need to force the Time Walk as top. They get the arrow
And
landing
arrow
onto
connects.
Toby. Darkseer down. And that's the rotation from Roger. Mirana causing all sorts of problems here for Viking.
This is gonna give Morphling another free wave, so he will get that Morbid Mask, and then this lane is just completely over. They need Queen of Pain to rotate to the top lane once she hits level 6. It's a lot of burst damage on Morphling. She can easily snipe him from the ulti. With the ulti from just standing from the fog.
Well, good telekinesis allows Aramis to take that bounty rune, but we saw Roger steal one under the nose of the Enchantress as Shad leaves the lane completely bottom to go and grab, what, both bounties? 1,500 gold saved up, moving himself in towards Treads. I'm curious to see if Shad considers going that Morbid Mask. Thinking about maybe...
You were gonna say Hand of Midas.
And oh god, I forgot that item existed, you know, Lacoste. Who even buy, like, I don't even see, like, Arc Wardens or Invokers buying Midas anymore. Nobody bloody buys the damn item.
The item was way too OP for way too long.
Yeah. It needs a bit of downtime.
But look how low Shad is on the bottom lane. He's not bringing any regen, and Enchantress is not playing in his lane, which means there is no extra regeneration from Headress, nor nature attendance. Roger.
Keeping Viking on their toes. Oh, Void snipes out Funnick's Courier. Don't think anything was on it, though. Tri-lane versus tri-lane top. This all has to really favour the dire side. OD 30 and 13, taking a bit of a lead over the Queen of Pain now. Quop with a double damage rune bottled, though. Has that Sonic Wave and would love to get some utilization out of it. So there's the jump towards Roger. The Sonic Wave, but the double leaps.
What?
Roger's out of there. Queen of Pain. Not really on the money with that one, was she?
That's a big one. Using ulti with 2 minutes cooldown, not achieving anything. Queen of Pain is one of the best heroes that can rotate to a side lane if they are playing over aggressively. And I wanted to see rotation on the top lane to kill the Morphling instead.
Yeah, that would have been great to see. Funnick takes bottom tier 1 with a catapult. Void doesn't really seem to have a safe home to farm in. What's the Darkseer actually building into? He's got Soul Ring, Headdress, Bottle. Do you reckon he'll just rush into that mech, get the Arcane Boots, then maybe consider a pipe or something?
They definitely need pipe against OD, Morph, and Disruptor. HR still keeping their tier 1 tower alive. They don't have the best ways of defending the tower unless like Timbersaw TPs. But right now he's just having too good of a time on the bottom lane.
Roger falls, but we're watching Aramis die back in the jungle. A chase onto Celery, not going to come. And then what was that? Boom just catching out Roger without the leaps. Looks like he didn't have them reset just yet. So at least something up on the board there for Viking. 1-3 now. But HellRaisers really do have a great setup for this Morphling to have an exceptionally good game. And it's not even the point of the game where Timbersaw is at his peak. Like, this is where Funnick starts to become incredibly powerful. He's got 4 points in reactive armor, he's pressuring tier 2s. OD with a quick Astral, looks like he's fine. Was thinking about making that final killing blow play onto the Queen of Pain. 9 Sanity's Eclipse stacks up.
One more? Oh, that was the close one.
Mirana unfortunately gets dewarded. No dire vision here. But yeah, Morphling having a completely free game. Odie clearing out some stacks. This is where Timbersaw, I'd love to see Funnick, make the move away from the bottom lane in the next couple of minutes. And really plant himself on the map around these tier 1s, shift into mid, go up towards top, claim the objectives. It's going to be Viking making the chrono play into the 23 reactive stacks, 7 stick charge, Funnick Timbersaw, who chains himself out, but he gets caught.
Perfectly timed Queen of Pain ulti to break that Timber chain, and it was also okay, it was not used with the Arcane Rune. Arcane Rune just went out before he could use it.
Glimpse
Never
back on
mind.
Aramis, not catching the Rubik, and Queen of Pain jumping in. Self Astral, the OD buys himself some time, but it also allows Celery to come through, slow with the enchant, another Scream. Not quite enough damage just yet, and Sani turns to battle. Boom. Still a great pick off there from Viking. Transitioning straight from that kill on Funnick towards mid. 2 big core kills in quick succession.
Outposts, one controlled by Dire, one by Radiant. Seems like it's gonna stay that way. I don't see any rotations coming up. Disruptor is making some stacks in jungle for Morphling, is level 4. I think they need to give Disruptor a tome. Yeah, and he just buys it. Instead of Mirana, Mirana doesn't benefit anything from getting level 6. So having this Static Storm that she can use on either Queen of Pain or Faceless Void, these are the 2 big kills they could get.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Rubik babysitting the Queen of Pain mid, making sure that with a telekinesis or a steal on Astral, which looks like it will be there for Aramis. They've got ways of bailing out. Boom. So what's the big reason Funnick isn't moving around the map? Why does he want to stick bot? Just get the tier 2?
It was very successful for him in the last game. This was his habitat for 35 minutes, just straight up bottom lane.
Off-laner habits die hard. Smoke out from Viking. 15 seconds on the Sonic Wave, but they may not even need it. Nyx, 500 HP. Oh dear. Yeah, well, that smoke was good. Annihilating the Morphling, but now, Nyx is going to respawn and immediately hit Strength Morph, sit around like 800 health or something, surely. He was also on Intred, sadly. But a good catapult push from Funnick will force the TP bot. Queen of Pain, again, just jumping in, bit of magic damage here and there. As Roger pinging out, he wants to arrow that Void and look for the Static Storm, but it won't be coming just yet. Timber is TP top. Defend that tier 1 for a little while, but 3 versus 1, he can't really stop them from toppling the tower.
Pure damage from Enchantress is extremely efficient against Timbersaw. Even against the Morphling, he has a ton of armor.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scan. Nobody up on the high ground. Dire Observer wards watching Void every step of the way, though. Queen of Pain with a haste rune and Sonic Wave back up again. Is it smoke time? Who have we got? Celery here with Ob Sentries. No smokes that I can... Oh, there it is. It just got brought out on the courier. Yeah, so they're going to try and keep chain smoking through their own jungle, though, looking for whoever's farming these 2 camps, which Dire players love to do when they've pushed out bottom lane a little bit, but nobody's there. Miposhka is the closest hero, and he's actually swinging into mid. Timbersaw's top, OD's farming jungle. HellRaisers very patiently farming, except for Nyx. 1,000. Oh, he's already strength bomb going up high ground. Look at him. Oh, you clever bastard, Nyx. That was really good.
Yeah, who was it that was farming with Morph, even though they were so far ahead with like 2,000 HP so that he can't get bursted?
I can't remember now.
A lot of Morphling players are extremely greedy. Top lane, Chronosphere is ready.
Funnick. So tanky, though. Aramis, steal on Chakram. Toby trying to Iron Shell and surge up. Drops the wall. Boom moves in. They've got magic damage galore here, and they do stop the Timbersaw yet again mid-chain. Funnick. Now 0-2-0. Not seeing the same kind of acceleration from this Timbersaw. He's not causing as many problems as we may expect, and this is Viking dealing with him very nicely. But it does open up the rest of the map for OD and
any
Morphling.
Problems at all. Took a tier 1 tower on the bottom lane, which was his job. Didn't make any kind of rotations. He's 0-2-0 at the moment.
Is it worth it for him? kind of causing a bit of chaos. OD nearly has Aghanim Scepter. Morphling has, what, Yasha, Morbid Mask, Treads coming out on Courier. What's that Chrono top laner? Oh, Funnick. A nice telekinesis yet again. That Timber Chain doesn't get him out of danger.
Is under attack.
Funnick, 3 deaths to his name now.
It feels like you're unkillable when you're playing Timbersaw, but Timbersaw got nerfed twice in a row on his reactive armor. And if you can blow him up before he can get the stacks off. Also, there's a ton of damage, and this time lock from Faceless Void is causing a lot of trouble for him. Aghanim Scepter finished on OD, so 2 Astral Imprisonment charges.
And they've had this Disruptor Mirana sitting around the OD, biding their time and waiting for that chance to strike back. As Viking trying to de-ward around their mid lane, but a Moonlight Shadow from HR. They've got Void as a target bot. They've got Enchantress walking high ground straight into the midst of all of their players, but they want a core kill, so the Astral bot will catch the Darkseer. Arrow there and allows Nyx to come in to snipe out the kill. Celery might also be in a bit of danger now. He's got Courier to de-ward the obs, denied by Green. Who's that? Mirana. Very nicely done.
Another game with not too many kills. Both of these teams have their own way of playing it. Both of them want to farm a lot. Queen of Pain right now wants to finish the Orchid, but we'll get a gank going on the Timbersaw. There's no Chronosphere, Mask of Madness. Let's see those bashes.
Funnick. What's he got? Hood pops, 9 stick charges remaining. Another Timber Chain. They jump with the Blink and Time Walk, and Funnick just going to chakra him and keep whirling around, chaining away. And they don't have that kill threat on him, while bottom lane, tier 2 about to fall. Not really high ground opportunity from HR, right? They're just going to set themselves up in the jungle, probably shift towards mid tier 1, as Odie is already TPing back to clear the wave. Just plenty of room here for them to keep on farming. And, oh, Queen of Pain, be careful. That haste rune is tasty, but OD coming in with an Astral ready, grabs the haste. And Queen of Pain expended Blink. Miposhka TPing home, nothing to stop it.
Under attack.
16.5 minutes in. Do you continue to favor HR the way this game's going? Very even, slowly but surely building? Or does Viking have this overwhelming teamfight presence from the Void, Darkseer, Queen of Pain?
Faceless Void into OD doesn't feel great if you can't catch him. Now, especially with 2 charges on Astral, even if you land a good Chrono OD, what's his second item? Blink Dagger. I love it. So it's gonna give him ability to stay away from fight as further as possible, and then just blink in, use Astral on the targets that are inside the Chrono. Morphling, Manta style finished, even though he doesn't have many spells to get rid of. It's most because Queen of Pain is going for that Orchid build.
Yeah, Orchid, Time Dilation, pretty
Time
much
Dilation.
the only 2, right, that you want to try and get rid of. And yeah, OD can also self-Astral and blink away. There's not too much here that Viking can do to stop that. You can't time telekinesis to catch the OD. You can Chrono, I guess, expend it on the OD. That's probably the best way to handle self-Astral blink out. As Viking going for yet another smoke, it feels like the only way they can keep themselves in the game are these sweeping movements onto the enemy side of the map. Timbersaw, not really a target now for these heroes. They want to catch Xani or Miposhka. Miposhka with 4 mangoes. Big fan of that. He can fill up his Morphling if you need to. Is it from the mango? Yeah, it's from the mango tree. I see your camera. Like, Lacoste is looking in fountain. Why? Oh, it's a mango tree.
I hope I'm not controlling the camera.
No, you're not. I can just see
Thank
where you're looking on
God.
the map. Roshan time for Viking. Hello. Aegis
Goes down pretty quick. Alpha Wolf, Faceless Void, with a couple of bashes. Queen of Pain will be picking this one.
Morphling with the free lane bottom. Can still TP top onto the tier 2. A jump already coming onto Funnick. Starting to get stacks now. Up to 14 as the Static Storm does trap the Void inside. Miposhka dies immediately after, but Shad astraled up and they turn towards Boom. The Sonic Wave onto Kasani. Cool, the OD says. I've got another Astral up my sleeve. Self-trap myself, but Shad has the Chrono. On top of them both, they didn't kill off Shad. He's still alive. Now they focus the OD as Nyx jumps in, turns into the Queen of Pain, and screams the jump out. Boom is alive with the Essence Ring. Toby, Aramis both sprinting away from danger. And Roger smoking behind as Boom Invis jumps into Roger's Mirana, gets herself a triple kill on the Queen of Pain, but Morphling's still going. Killing spree, blinking forward, aggressive jumps from Nyx. Can't quite find the finish onto Boom, and now the Orchid Matter out, and Boom shredded. The Aegis dropped. HellRaisers, they can't stick around though. Feels like it's time to retreat for both teams. Was that a 2 for 2, all things said and done?
More like 3 for 4.
Oh, so the respawn times are so fast, honestly. Everyone's come back alive again. 4 heroes down on that dire side, if you include the Aegis, I guess. That was 1 death of the Queen of Pain.
Surprised that they didn't give Faceless Void Aegis there. He doesn't have a defensive item. I mean, neither does Queen of Pain. But the question is who you want to protect more.
And the fact that Morphling, that really true position 1 for HR, is the one that stays alive, clears up all the kills. Feels really good if you're Nyx and this HR side. And that was an Aegis fight being lost. Viking. Need to keep defending these towers, but it is time now. 20 minutes in, Catapult's here, Funnick frontlining with Pipe, and now going into Guardian Greaves on this Timbersaw. Plants himself in front of the objective, and the rest of his squad turning up. Easy tier 1.
They can play around the Chronosphere timing. Also, they have big, long cooldown. Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave. She is building a BKB for herself. Same goes for Faceless Void. So these 2 items, I don't think Viking wants to take a fight before they farm those 2 BKBs. Scan connects, Arrow does not.
Oh, Shad going for the TP now. And he's out of there. They spot Funnick moving up towards top in that Moonlight Shadow as well. The line is drawn from Pink. Who's that? Morphling saying, hey, Funnick, they're going to come and chase you. Be careful. Get yourself in a safe spot up there, lad.
I see both Mirana and Timbersaw having Guardian Greaves queued up. Funnick already bought the components, so it's his item. Lotus Orb will be extremely efficient here against time dilation. Once again, Orchid, Rubik's Fade Bolt, you name it.
BKB is going to be key here too. Quap and Void closing in on them. OD finally has one queued up. Morphling, of course, swinging into E-Blade as quickly as you can after that Manta.
HR, they don't give a damn. Look at this.
They've glimpsed back. Oh, the jump from Queen of Pain.
Astral? Hello?
They've got the save onto this Miposhka Disruptor. Can they do it again? Deny. Okay. That means no Static Storm now. I thought they would try and kill the Quap there, honestly, with a Static Storm. Bit of a weird situation, though. You don't expect Queen of Pain to blink in aggressively after you've glimpsed her Rubik away, do you? Boom, kind of getting under the skin of HR a little bit. With some really wonky plays. But it works out for them. Get them away from the high ground, defend their tier 3. Keep Void farming up top as well.
Void getting closer to that BKB, just a recipe away. Same goes for Queen of Pain. So once they get those 2 items, I expect to smoke. Oh man, Morphling is super farmed.
13k net worth. Absolutely massive Morphling for Nyx. And he can immediately destroy Celery. What, like 1 E-Blade Adaptive Strike, Celery dies. Rubik, probably a little more. Also interesting to note that Rubik hasn't been able to steal Morph yet. You know, it's 23 minutes in. Usually we see the max strength, no agi Rubik at some point. Hasn't happened. So I guess well played by Nyx. Not allowing it to get grabbed up by the Rubik.
Arrow or Static Storm, there it is.
Who have they got? Dark's here. Toby now arrowed up. Xani will be able to take down the DS. Dead for 45 seconds. Celery's wandered into danger as well. The battlefield, not a safe place for him to be. What a 2 hits out of the OD. 840 HP on Enchantress means nothing.
Morph.
Oh shit, that is a DD morph. They're TPing top. They want to kill Void though. Or at least stop him from taking tier 2. Now they cancel out the TPs. Viking know exactly what's up. They've pinged it out. High ground observer ward will see them coming in. Miposhka removes that vision from them. OD's got to be very wary though. Both Quap and Void are up top. And you can't Astral Blink away when that Chrono's there.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh man, they killed their BKB.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh dear. Oh man, if that arrow had hit as well. Oh, just start crying for the Queen of Pain. 2 minutes, 40 seconds, no BKB Quap, so that's another delay. That's another problem that Viking have to handle. Especially against the E-Blade Morphling, that timing would have been so beautiful for Viking. So now the target can be the Quap.
I wanted to see smoke from Viking once they get those 2 BKBs, but now the BKB is gone in the courier. I want to see HellRaiser do the same thing. Roche may respawn in a minute, so I want to see them play more aggressive. Timbersaw just finished Guardian Greaves. Mirana's going for Guardian Greaves as well. Headdress, Chainmail.
Not communicating within the team. That's a bit sad to see. Just click on your Timbersaw, see what he's got. Oh, Arcane Rune down bottom. But look, this HR is so good at pushing this bottom lane when they're playing Dire. They're on the tier 3 again. Viking, unaware of this issue that they have to keep addressing over and over again. And even though we're 10 to 10, HR have a 4K lead and they've got this Morphling cracking away at your buildings. A good Sonic Wave for the Manta out. Still has 1 charges in that Strength Morph. Celery. This Enchantress having such a sad time. And OD straight onto high ground. Static Storm catches the Quap. They know there is no BKB, but Shad has one and he focuses Xani. Phonics trying to get into the back lines. They've got themselves a nice little save onto the OD, but he's still going to fall. Boom, godlike on the Queen of Pain. High ground held. And HR have to bail away. Sentry ward on that high ground. Yeah, Phonic still getting hunted. Just about gets himself out of range. But the chase is there. With the Orchid from Quap, they'll get themselves 2 kills off the back of that high ground defense. Tier 3 still standing.
Such a huge mistake from OD. I can't believe that he aggressively blinked in to use the second Astral. I guess he was just relying on Morphling to use E-Blade on him in the Chronosphere, but what they were doing the first 30 seconds was super efficient. Morphling sieging, he has ways of dispelling that Orchid with Manta style. But they needed also Timbersaw to create some chaos in the front line.
And now, Queen of Pain 10 seconds away from her BKB. Oh, but look at this. Aramis, Timber chained up. Nyx, waveform in 5 seconds. Does have an E-Blade combo here, potentially. And wow, okay, Aramis gets the Strength Morph. Come on, max Strength. Roger's been dropped, popped out by Boom, Queen of Pain. OD still hiding in the trees, looking for the Astral save. And suddenly a shift in how this game is being played as Shad. That nice Chrono down bottom, and Viking overall coming back, playing aggressively and putting HR on the back foot. Roshan respawns as well. Very important for both of these sides. Pinged out by Celery. Yeah, fast spawn. Let's go scout it out. See what's happening inside that pit.
Still 50 seconds without Chronosphere. If HR gets the vision of Roshan spawning, they should run inside and try to take it. Morphling deals serious amount of damage. Will finish his Scotty in 50 gold.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Is Mirana still going? Okay, no. Shifts into your Scepter.
sold headdress, and chainmail.
Sad times. That's why they lost the fight bottom. It's not because OD blinked in aggressively, because Roger's tilted. Had to sell his items and change build. So OD, that 10-second BKB needs to be used pretty kind of proactively against the Chrono, right?
Radiant's top tower is under
Especially if
attack.
you're going to jump in behind tier 3 towers. As Roshan now becomes the primary focus for both sides. High ground jump from Boom. Straight onto the Mirana. The silence up, and they've got an Astral with the heal from the mech. Boom gonna go Sonic Waving into Roger. Leap getting cancelled out, but now the Astral again, dodging out the Shadow Strike. In the back, they've got to jump onto Nyx. E-Blade still off cooldown, ready to go, and time walks away into Void mode. Viking, they bully back HR. Not using Chrono, so still having that for the Roche fight.
They forced him to use Sonic Wave. Can they reset Morphling? He just TP'd back home. Time walk. He's not gonna be there in time.
Roshan already falling very quickly, but an arrow. Oh, long duration onto Shad. Orchid silencing up Timbersaw. They've delayed the Roshan. Viking are afraid. They want to hold the ramp. Choke point fights are what they need with that Chronosphere. Sonic
What they
Wave
can do
still a
right
minute and a
now
half.
is put Morphling inside the Roche pit, and he tries to solo kill in bottom lane. Sadly for them, is not being pushed in.
Timbersaw's shoved mid though onto tier 2 with a catapult. Rubik Fade Pult will do what it can to mitigate that problem. Both sides were trying to hold ramps, but a wraparound now. Viking giving up on the staircase play. Don't want to come tumbling down, and a smoke behind Morphling now for HellRaisers. Scouted out by the Centaur. Morphling shows himself on map. Timbersaw down on the low ground. And Viking, they can't really make a move here. Funnick's going to be the one to scout them all out. Jumps onto Celery. Almost shreds him, obliterates the Enchantress. 200 HP remaining. And the chase very quickly is on from HR. Hunting their prey. They're going to take down the Rubik. Glimpse back into the field. Are they trying to turn it around, Viking? Maybe they can get a Chrono. Oh, good jump. Xani gets away as Shad did lift his hands for the Chrono. An equally good cancellation on the spell from the Void. Viking loses the Rubik. Not forcing a buyback. They will come back and defend their tier 2. But Roshan's still standing. No one taking any objectives off this, towing of the line. Everyone very kind of tentative. Not wanting to commit to any massive fight.
Both teams understand that if they lose this next fight, it's probably a game. Big item on Darkseer, Heaven's Halberd against OD. Even though OD isn't really a core here that is dealing damage, he's more relying on using Astral on the Morphling if he's caught inside a Chronosphere.
Viking now kind of being herded back onto their side of the map like sheep. Void is coming bottom to address that bottom lane issue. A massive wave of farm there for him, so that will be Mjolnir completed. We've not seen much from Darkseer, it feels like, this game. Like, yes, Toby has the auras, the pipe, the mech, the halberd's good against the Morphling and the OD. But there's still that threat of a massive vacuum into the Sonic Wave Chrono and maybe a stolen Static Storm or something from RMS. That's why HR are still a little bit afraid of the team fight potential from Viking, and with good reason.
They've had enough.
They're doing what you said. Morphling in the pit, but they're forcing a fight now. E-Blade in, Enchantress still alive. The Static Storm down, and Rubik gets caught, but the wall's there, and Nyx is still full HP. The Sonic Wave blows up Xani, and Boom stands his ground. The Queen of Pain jumps in again, looking for Poshka now, as Nyx retreats with the waveform out. Roger leaping away. Get back to safety. Funnick very low indeed, but this is Roshan time for Viking, as Roger still stuck around and gets picked off with no buyback on OD or Mirana. Viking striking back Lacoste.
What they could do is have buyback on OD, maybe farm up a bit more, so that he knows that Faceless Void will chrono him. That's his primary target. He can't get caught.
Yeah, not even getting a chance to use BKB.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Like, if you're
attack.
starting a fight like that, I think OD just has to, like you say, either stay in fog, hide away, or if you know you're in a position, you just have to BKB. Even if Sonic Wave and the right click still hit you. Any little additional bits of damage you block, well worth it to get another Astral out here or there.
Full AC on Queen of Pain. On top of Mindbreaker. And as this game progresses, OD is not gonna scale. We did not see a single Sanity's Eclipse. I'm pretty sure we did not see this spell being used at all.
I don't feel like we have either. I've not heard the sound. I'm sure chat will let us know.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
BKB for Morphling's coming. That is a team fight winning item for sure. I'd love to see HR do what we saw from RNG, where they give the disrupt. Was it Newbie? It was Newbie, right? Where they give the disruptor a lane just to farm Aghanim Scepter. Yeah, Miposhka's getting a lot of time to clear out this wave. 2,000 gold saved up, so Aghanim Scepter, a massive pickup here for HR if they can get it.
It is a game-changing item. He's 2,000 gold away from it. For now, just keeping a buyback. The problem is they don't have the best setup for it. Astral. If somehow Arrow lands.
I mean, that is the primary problem with HR, right? Is OD is kind of the setup, and he's walking into fights a little haphazardly. Timbersaul's
That's the
chasing
problem.
people. There's no stun, there's no guaranteed catch on anyone.
If you want to make a play with OD, you need to get close, but then you're in the vicinity of Chronosphere. People just disconnecting.
Someone said lags a little earlier on. Yeah, Miposhka saying lags. I guess they must be in a team house or something then. All playing together if they're all experiencing that at the same time. Cheese on Darkseer. Going BKB himself. Where's Rubik at now? Etherlens, Blink. Anything else on Rubik? He's pretty poor, I guess. 6.2k net worth.
Once they get those BKBs, one of the reasons why Darkseer is also building it, is they're very limited on physical damage. The only one who deals it is Morph. But at the moment, he is relying on using a shotgun. You can see the itemization, Enchantress with the mech, Glimmer Cape. Rubik does not have anything to mitigate magical damage. Essence Ring, one of the better tier 2 items. Always feel useful. And he instantly cues Eon Disc.
Like back to the Morphling, he's always sitting around 2,000 HP, but it hasn't felt like he's used the E-Blade Adaptive Strike combo on anyone. I don't want to say properly, but usually we see the waveform, the E-Blade Adaptive Strike all used on a target, blow them up. But he feels afraid of going in and committing, so he's just kind of E-Blading from a long range, maybe Adaptive Striking, but never committing for that full combo. I guess that's pretty reasonable when you're against all of this teamfight nonsense from Viking.
We're getting close to some higher level talents. Morphling level 23 at the moment. It's not a game-winning talent, that level 25. If you compare this to, let's say, Queen of Pain hitting 25 with Scream of Pain Fear, or Faithless Void getting Backtrack talent.
Yeah, like Timbersaw, he's got nice talents, but doesn't feel like it's going to be massively influential in these team fights, whichever way he goes. So we might now see HR kind of slipping back into, not in a negative way, but going into that split push form of gameplay, especially against Aegis Cheese, where they keep the bottom lane shoved out, they try and hold on to their tier 2 mid, have Morphling sit up top and continue farming. Maybe just smoke up and hold their own high ground, get up onto the ramp near their triangle, as Dire teams like to hold that area, stop the Radiant from coming in, because Tier 1 bot is still standing. That's easy pickings for Viking.
I mentioned the lack of physical damage on HR, and Morphling is now going for Daedalus. I think that's the correct play here.
Oh, beautiful.
Dire's top
I think
tower
Morphling's
is
in a good spot. Xani thinking about coming up to that high ground as well. Disruptor, 3k saved up. Get that Aghanim going, Miposhka. Roger stealing farm from him.
haste.
Queen of Pain hasted up. They don't have vision down here. Coming into that jungle blind. Blinking forward, Miposhka dancing around the trees. Oh, look at that. Very cool. Moonlight Shadow gives them that invisibility, but Roger gets scouted, dusted, lifted, and it looks like he's going to get taken out of the game. Sanced up and sniped out by Boom, who is now 12-1 and 4.
Miposhka still saving gold, not investing in anything. That's pretty smart of him. Does not want to show that he goes for Aghanim Scepter and that he's getting close to it.
And he could buy it on Courier and keep it, right?
Yeah, this is the timing when there's going to be Aghanim Scepter on Disruptor and Aegis will be gone from Viking.
4 minutes 40, so that's 1 minute 40 left on Aegis. Darkseer still has the cheese and he can give that away to someone if need be. Shad Butterfly now looking at that Satanic as one of his last items. Funnick. TP getting cancelled there by the vacuum back. Giving chase with the wall. Queen of Pain arriving. Lotus Orb there from Funnick arriving as well. He's got 6 stick, but I think this will be it for the Timbersaw. He's tanky, but he's not tanky enough to deal with the 3 cores of Viking. Dead for 80 seconds. Nothing
Creating
much.
space for your position 5 so you can farm Aghanim Scepter.
That's who I looked at immediately as well. I was like, okay, well, Viking, they can't push an objective. What does HR win out of this? Well, Miposhka's bottom, free farming away. Disruptor axes are coming.
Are scanning.
Do you feel that Faceless Void always gets Titan Sliver?
It feels like it, right? He's always
Dire's bottom
picking
tower
that
is
up.
under attack.
But I think it's probably just confirmation bias.
Dire's structures
Like, we see Titan Sliver quite often anyway. What do we
Let's
have
go,
elsewhere?
Miposhka. This is the hero that I'm watching right now. I mean, they should know that he's going for Aghanim Scepter at this point. He's been
Radiant's courier has been
farming on this bottom lane for quite some time now. Just hit level 15, so the cast range talent is going to be much easier for him to set things up.
Craggy Coat Darkseer. Still got the Mindbreaker on Quap. Telescope Disruptor. Oh, look. Timbersaw has, what, 3 charges of Repair Hammer remaining. We're closing in on that next round of neutral items. A long line drawn. Darkseer wants everyone to connect into the wave he's just pushed. And they've got vision up there on the way as well. I don't know, I kind of just prefer Radiant playing down bottom into the mid and the bot lanes. Where it looks like they want to try and get a pick off before they make any rash
This is
decisions.
smoke time from HR. Aghanim Scepter about to be completed, just needs to use the courier, and it's flying to him. Let's go.
And this has not been scouted, this has not been revealed, even if the Radiant have an inkling. Just because that Disruptor's been sitting on lane farming for quite some time, they don't exactly know. Wild Wing being microed around, dodging the arrow. Good little side step. And this is where I like the Dire to be. Out of their base, get some farm going, but still holding a very defensive position. Even think about going back into that Radiant jungle. One minute 40 on the fast spawn of Roshan. Outpost getting grabbed up. Did they have both of them, the Radiant? Yeah, Outpost controlled by Radiant. So
Tier
no
4 items starting to drop. Flicker, picked up by Queen of Pain. Oh, Ninja Gear on a Morphling. That's a good one.
Timeless Relic.
Movement speed plus extra 20 agi.
Oh, gorgeous. Timeless Relic for the Mirana. What did the Radiant get? We saw it for a second there. Timeless Relic, Flicker, Magic Lamp. And here comes the Moonlight Shadow. Roger, Nyx, very deep behind enemy lines. Not finding a target just yet. Celery in the trees, hiding away. Do we have a gem yet on the Radiant Lacoste? Yes, we do.
Queen of Pain is having one for quite some time now, and she's about to hit level 25.
She sure is. Both teams gonna dodge each other. Darkseer Illusion stuck in the chakram. Come on, kill it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and down it goes.
Morphling keeping the Witless Shaco at the moment. 1200 HP, minus 400 mana. He does not care about his mana. There's no mana burn.
Yeah, now you can stick on max agi, 1 strength, right? So that Adaptive Strike E-Blade going to be incredibly potent and not under massive... He's got 3000 HP.
He's got 330 agility.
Oh, goodness gracious me. So who has the ninja gear then? We've got Magic Lamp. Oh, hello. Telekinesis up. Force the BKB. Aramis destroyed by the Nyx Morphling and buys back straight away as the wall catching a couple in the back. But where's the Chrono? That Sonic Wave. Yes, it taps the OD, but Boom is done for. Toby's got nothing left to give here. And Shad, yeah, okay, Void, come on in. Where's the Chrono? Get yourself a good one, but the blink out by Xani. Still going to get chased down and hunted. The Chrono comes. Xani picked off. Finally, Shad gets the kill he needed, but Nyx is still going. Morphling is shredding Viking.
Everyone
One by one,
back.
jumping into the back. The buybacks flow through as the Mirana leap in. Rubik stolen the jump away, and Toby back to buy himself a bit of time, but he's still going to drop to this Nyx Morph, seemingly unstoppable, strengthening himself up. Shad and Boom, the two big cores here, and Xani still has an Astral available as the buybacks galore from both sides, buying more time for the fight to continue. But HR will be the ones looking to retreat now. Miposhka, nothing left really to give here, and they do jump into the OD. 1 Astral remaining with 21 charges. Not enough time as the bashes claim his life.
Oh,
Dead for 100.
OD used a buyback. Morphling is ripping them apart in these fights. They can't touch him. Roshan, okay, it just spawned. This benefits Viking so much. OD does not have a... He's not gonna be up for a minute and a half. Bloodthorn, I don't think they can contest it. It's just gonna go down way too quick.
Refresher shard up on the Roche as well. Man, Viking got across this map so quickly. Taking the outpost
Okay,
now.
they're going for a sneaky play. Faceless Void with the smoke, use Refresher, so they're not expecting Chronosphere to be up.
They won't know. They're pinging it out, so maybe they're saying that is a possibility. The Scythe. Funix starts things off, and the Static Storm is beautiful. Arrow into the Darkseer as well. The Void doesn't have Aegis. He's gone. Dead for 100 seconds, and Morphling. Oh, baby, look at him go. Poor Enchantress, what are you doing? Hiding in the trees? Yeah, get out of here. Double kill and beyond godlike Morph as Boom has to go up top. Take down the melee barracks and blink away. More arrow onto Toby. The buybacks from Viking, they don't have any left. Toby's going to drop. The Scythe of Ice from Funnick. Absolutely gorgeous. Avac back into wall will do all he can, but Viking only have 1 hero left on the map. Queen of Pain, the last one standing, and HR, they're going to run down this mid lane now because OD is alive in 10 seconds.
Since everyone bought back, they had to decide who they give Aegis. Faceless Void or Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain will start to cut the waves. It's being pinged out, they know. Let's see if he can catch her. Timber Chain plus Hex.
The Hex, they've got her. Aegis
Arrow
is claimed. Where's Roger? Arrow from the south. Nice BKB from Boom. Gets her out. TP away.
Radiant's courier has
Man,
been
this Morphling. MKB plus Daedalus. He's hitting 600 per hit.
And they do come running down the mid lane now. Respawn time is on the Radiant, not looking too bad anymore. But Miposhka has that high ground ward. Static Storm with the Ags upgrade. Boom. 40 seconds on the BKB cooldown on that Queen of Pain.
Disruptor is ready once again.
middle tower.
We need to see these buyback statuses as well. Disruptor, Mirana
Ninja
have...
gear on him. So
buybacks.
he's using Ninja gear to position himself better with the smoke. Has that cast talent.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Glyph
Radiant's
trying to
structures
enforce
are
the defense of this tier 3. Roger pushing out bottom lane. HellRaisers retreating. Maybe considering that top tier 1. They're just going to reset, go back, clear out their waves. I mean, how are we looking buyback-wise? Morphling, no. Void, no. About 1,000 away each. OD and Queen of Pain, very similar. But Rubik, Ench, and Darkseer, 4 minutes without them.
Morphling going for Divine Rapier. I don't think he needs it, to be honest.
What does he
Like
swap
right
out?
now,
MKB?
he might pop a BKB, lock down the Rapier, then assemble it, put BKB in the backpack.
allies.
Going to take a lot of little item swaps. We'll see what he gets done. Moonlight Shadow, freshly used. Still not level 25 on Roger. Let's have a look at hero levels as well. We've got 27 Morph. So Morph, Quap. Timbersaw did hit 25 as well. He went for the Timber Chain range, of course. Darkseer closing in on it for that parallel, I guess, parallel wall. I love AoE Surge, but against a Morphling, parallel wall is super tasty. OD 22. Getting closer and closer, minute by minute. Bot lane shoved by a Hellbear of the Enchantress. Queen of Pain doing a great job up top as well. So even though HR have the wind in their sails, they still can't capitalize on their great defense.
They were checking Roche. Like, what?
Oh, really?
What's happening inside the pit? Roche may respawn in 4 minutes. Maybe they just lost the track of time.
And it was hectic. It was very, very hectic around that fight near the top outpost, then up to high ground on their side. And then back over towards the Radiant base, bouncing across the map. Double damage rune. Bottom spawn. And that's Faceless Void getting there first.
Radiant are scanning.
Shad has Blink Dagger queued up, in fact. Can still sell the wand. Queen of Pain has so much on her plate right now. Needs to keep on farming towards Satanic. Always has to consider cutting waves and getting these creep lanes out across the river, so HR don't have an easy way into the Radiant base. They do have that advantage, of course, with the melee barracks having already fallen top, thanks to the Quap. Morphling changing his mind, Lacoste.
He's going for some extra attack speed. Doesn't need to risk it. Like, he does not want to give Divine Rapier. He's already hitting like a truck. I love the sound of MKB.
It is beautiful. Passive Sanity's Eclipse. Have we seen one yet?
I don't think we did.
Genuinely can't remember. I genuinely can't remember. Hasn't mattered much. Very tight game. 14k lead, yes, now in the hands of HellRaisers, but it has been almost dead even for the majority of this 49 minutes, going into 50 minutes now.
Timbersaw's still keeping Repair Kit.
I mean, what other options has he got? I mean, there's some... He can go Flicker, Titans... he doesn't have Titans Liver. Craggy Coat, though. Get even more armor. Even just Essence Ring, right? Essence Ring on Timbersaw. That is odd. I will give you that, Lacoste.
I would prefer Essence Ring, to be honest.
I'm looking at the Radiance items. Let's look at the Dire items. He still has Essence Ring. But yeah, Titan Sliver is there. Telescope also there. Ninja Gear for Disruptor. Magic Lamp still on the OD. Yeah, like he could hold Telescope on Timbersaw for sure. Or Titan, like, yeah. I'm a little confused by that. Radiant using...
What do you think about Magic Lamp? I feel like this is one of the worst tier 4 items.
mean, it's like Eon
One
Disc.
of the worst items in the game, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like an Eon Disc, right? Kinda.
Budget Dion disc.
Out of my way.
So I can dig it on certain heroes. Like if you give it to a deep, like people who need to buy Eon Discs, like DP or like your Darkseer, who you need to get your spells off, and they don't necessarily want to have items, or they don't need like right-click items or stat items. I can get behind it, but I don't think it's one of the best ones for sure. It's definitely like a C tier item for the tier 4s. I don't know about worst item in the game though, Lacoste.
I mean, if you compare it to Branch, of course it's a better item. But if you compare it to some other tier 4 items,
Yeah, that's true.
there's a huge difference.
Boom has the leveler. Attack speed and bonus building damage. And this has become a game of clearing out waves, pushing out lanes, and smoking up to make a play around Roshan. 45 seconds until he actually respawns, but the teams don't know that. Radiant scan high ground, and HellRaisers. Moonlight Shadow off to the right-hand side. Invis rune for Nyx. They could be very sneaky here. They've got 2 lanes pushing into base. They know top lane in the elbow of the lane is in a real safe place. They could actually go high ground here and force the Viking back. 25 seconds for Roshan. Morphling.
Oh, they know. Sentry inside the pit.
Getting purged up by the Banisher. Arrow sliding past Celery and Toby.
Another smoke. Everyone has buyback.
You are absolutely right, Lacoste. Good shout. So we're going to see 10 buybacks next fight. Fingers crossed. Nyx sitting around 3,000 HP. And in a great spot. Both teams have swapped sides, holding the opposing team's high ground around that Roshan. And both teams now know the big man is up as well. What an odd little dance of death. Ranged barracks top. Looks like HR don't really care too much about it. We've already lost melee. We can lose a range there. Just got to be very wary of the tier 4s and how they're doing.
Dire's top barracks.
No more
Tier 4s.
smokes.
I mean, there's going to be some damage on tier 4 towers, but at this point you don't care too much about it.
It feels like we're waiting for Moonlight Shadow here, and then HR are going to make a move. Ooh, Courier. That's Obs and Sentries.
If Dire's middle tower
Nyx
is under attack,
clearing out the wave. Casual gem on the floor.
tower is under attack.
Celery's going to
It's
come.
been standing there for like 10 minutes already.
Come on, grab that up. And Morphling just going to solo the tier 2 through backdoor regen. No big deal.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
HR do have to come back and deal with this eventually. Tier 4s are dying. Right now, they seem pretty content to give Viking what they want. And there's going to be no more wave. I guess there's no more waves top, right? Nyx has completely cleared out every wave after this one dies.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So it is just the battle around Roshan. Arrows looking to scout, maybe connect onto someone
it
if
is.
need be. And yeah, baby. What's he swapped out
Divine
for it?
Rapier, he sold E-Blade.
So MKB gone for Daedalus, E-Blade gone for Rapier. Now we have this massive right-click focused Morphling. No Satanic though. BKB, Butterfly, Manta style. And a smoke with Moonlight Shadow ready.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Miposhka's courier down. Timbersaw, the only hero potentially showing out on the map. Aghanim's Scepter coming out for the Timber now. Delivered onto Funnick. Morphling's courier also waiting over the secret shop there. Got 5.4k saved up. I guess he's thinking about Satanic to swap for the BKB in the middle of a fight.
Or maybe he's thinking about... Okay, he already has that Moon Shard. Yeah, I believe he needs lifesteal. There's not a single item on their side that gives him lifesteal. The neutral one.
And there's no Vlads on the Dire either, right? I would love to see Mirana just pick up a Vlads, honestly. Darkseer's got a Vlad's. Why can't Mirana have one? Queen of Pain a little isolated here, and yeah, okay, blinks back to safety. Jump from Funnick with the Hex. Timber chaining onto Celery, immediately removing the majority of his HP, and they're going to be able to surge away. Now the Chrono, nicely placed. They're focusing the OD. Down goes the OD as Boom on a killing spree. Morphling, though, zips into the back. Boom has been shredded by this Rapier Morph. Buybacks available, and they will come out. As Nyx towards Celery. One more hit will do the trick, but it's a Static Storm onto the Void now. They change targets just like that. Snap their fingers and kill off the Void. Shad turns the fight, but it's not enough. The Time Walk doesn't come out and the Rapier's drop. Down goes the Morphling. Toby snags it up. Celery destroyed by the Timbersaw and Maposhka's Boom. That buyback allows him to return to the fight. Now we've got ourselves another 5v5. Buybacks from both sides, and Roshan wondering what all the noise is outside.
So Morphling used the buyback. He's still keeping the career near the secret shop. There's a double damage on the bottom lane. It was such a sick chrono from Faceless Void.
Really well placed. Darkseer with the Rapier.
Alright, what do you buy? Buy Mask of Madness, get some attack speed, Hyperstone. I mean, he deals 500 damage.
He's buying Refresher Orb. I mean, do they have an AC on the Dire? They do on the Quap. Yeah, okay. Timber Chain, Arrow. Not going to go high ground, though. And Morphling inside the pit.
Career with the shield.
Still dies over the Roshan. And this is Cheese, Refresher Shard, and Aghanim Scepter on top of the Aegis. They're looking to jump in. They do get on top of Nyx. The Aegis already grabbed up, but it looks like they got a number of other items themselves. Boom's going to get himself away, though, as Funnick giving chase, and the time dilation from Nyx slowing them all down. Another Hex, Scythe of Ice, and the Static Storm. Boom's gone for 2 minutes. No buyback, and HR on a rampage forward, running and looking for targets. Astral catching out Toby. The poor Darkseer has undisced himself and sprinted away, but the Rapier belongs to Morphling today. Refresher Shard and Cheese are still on the bloody floor, Lacoste, but Viking, they look down and out. HellRaisers. Beautiful performance.
About it. Someone should go in. There was a lot of chaos. I thought someone else picked it up.
Who got the Ags? Void?
Ags.
Aghanim's blessing on Void. I don't know if he bought it himself, but it looks like he got it. Bloody hellfire. Top lane being defended by HR.
So Morphling switching up, you're definitely correct about that Vlad. 25% lifesteal is no joke on your Morphling. Someone should buy it.
But Mirana has it. Mirana has it now.
Okay, she has it.
Looks like she's bought it out. And Roger with 6 mangoes from that tree, pumping mana back into the next Morphling, the OD as well. 1 minute without the Quap. Buybacks ready on who? Timber, Darkseer, Mirana, and Rubik. Everybody else has expended theirs. No, sorry, Disruptor, 500 gold away. But here go the barracks. Nyx, having reclaimed his Rapier, annihilating the buildings. Bottom tier 3 is open for them, but they want to go for tier 4s, it appears, with 40 seconds remaining on the Queen of Pain's death timer. Timbersaw buying a bit of time here, space created, but his life is forfeit. He'll have to buy back if they want to continue this push. Funnick just, I don't know, overzealous and over-aggressive.
Why? Like, I guess he just wanted to create some space for Morphling to damage to the buildings, and he also has buyback ready. So by the time they get to their tier 3s, tier 4s, he will be out anyway. Queen of Pain will be out in a couple of seconds. Morphling just hit level 30, so the full talent tree is unlocked.
Beautiful. The great thing here about OD with Magic Lamp, you know, Magic Lamp can pop and it can swap the Mindbreaker back in. Mirana, Timeless Relic still, but here come the tier 5 items. It's been a long time since I've seen them. Book of the Dead, 2 sets of level 3 Necro units for the Enchantress. Dire side, nothing just yet.
What they could do right now is try to go for some backdoor play. Enchantress with the Alpha Wolf Necro books. They already killed that 1 tier 4 tower. All right, let's see what's gonna drop. Apex for Morph.
Dear Lord.
Is this the only tier 5 item that we saw?
We've got Book of the Dead and Trident for the Radiant.
Shadows
Trident recipe.
are scanning.
No one has S and Y, right? No one has any of the components of Trident.
Nope.
Excellent. Good
Force
tier 5
boots.
item.
Force boots and Morph.
Pirate Hat. Okay. Here we go. Pirate Hat. 150 attack speed. 300 gold is like cool, whatever. That attack speed, though, no joke. I mean, where are we now?
Check that attack speed. I'm just following Morph from
0.21.
now on.
Yeah, same. He attacks every 0.21 seconds. 5 attacks a second. Yes? Pretty much? That's bonkers.
And Satanic for him. Plus a BKB. And 7,000 gold. When's his buyback coming up?
2.5 minutes. Roshan in 3.5 for the fast spawn. Viking holding out top lane. Silver Edge for the Void coming out on Shad. I think the ultimate orb. Oh, where is it? Has he not finished it off? Got Shadow Blade, still buying into it. I thought that was his courier going to shop, but it was not.
Alright,
Southwest
Fallen
Cube.
Sky.
Oh, and a Stygian Desolator as well. Hot damn.
Radiant's middle
So we've got all of them
Is
now.
that the next one?
Force Boots Rubik, Fallen Sky on the Dark Seer. That Blink Meteor Hammer, beautiful. On the Dire side, what? Desolator on Mirana. Seer Stone, 350 cast range, 350 vision bonus, 10 mana regen. Over on your Timbersaw. Force Boots OD and Pirate Hat still on the Morphling. Who got the best drops? Dire? I think
I think Pirate Hat for Morphling is pretty big deal. Also, Ninja Gear, the tier 4 item for Disruptor, allowing him to be self-smoked all the time, landing some nice static storms. He also has a Refresher Orb.
Yeah, it just feels like that Trident recipe is a wasted, a wasted slot in the neutrals for the Radiant as well. Oh, baby. Viking on their last legs.
I'm just here for the memes. Darkseer, Fallen Sky. Let's go.
The Vac into Fallen Sky, let's see it. Queen of Pain trying to build back into Shiver's Guard. Shad still holding on to that buyback money. 400 gold in 30 seconds until he has it.
Dire's middle tower is
A
under
lot of creeps on the top lane pushing the tier 4 tower.
HR not committing to anything just yet. As Morphling works on his Aghanim Scepter. Is there anyone on your team you desperately want to turn into? It feels like turning into Void and Queen of Pain has worked out beautifully for him so far. Like having that Void mode to time
Turn
walk
into
away.
Mirana, Leap, unlimited attack speed.
Attack 10 times a second. With how much damage?
Dire
800?
are scanning.
Like
800 it is.
780 or something? 784? I don't know. Math is hard, man. The big clicks from Morph. Aramis, this is risky business.
Yeah, what
Doesn't have
HR
to
needs
buy
to
that.
do is try to get rid of these illusions from Morph, either from Wall of Replica or just Enchantress taking away one. Okay, there is no Manta style anymore, so they don't have to care about that one.
Radiant's courier has been
What are you laughing at?
The courier in the Roche pit. Mirana missed like 2 or 3 hits on it. The elephant mastodon courier up on that little bit of high ground. Viking, they're coming out of their base, very aggressive, but Morphling gets off his BKB and the Chrono whiffed by Shad. Morphling can still whack into Boom. The blink away now as Queen of Pain disengages. OD, aggressive, has the blink Hex. They start the Vice up one, but they want the bigger targets. The Vac back into that.
Fallen Sky.
Fallen Sky, not doing a whole hell of a lot. He refreshes and tries to turn back around. Shad, Satanic. Good damage onto Nyx, but HR still very strong, and Mirana running forward, looking for an arrow to slide in. The BKBs have all worn off. The arrow, it threads the needle straight in between the two, but the glimpse of the Stack Storm onto the Void. They do clear through Shad. Good Sonic Wave, but it's nowhere near enough. 4 staff away, maybe it is. Another Time Walk out, and somehow Viking haven't lost a single soul. Toby killed off Miposhka with some illusions, but the Morphling returns. The big damage from the waveform. Back into that poor Darkseer, who's dead now for 2 minutes. And the barracks crumble under the pressure from HellRaisers.
He does not have a buyback, and it's on cooldown, and also does not have enough money. So they're gonna go tier 4 items. Morphling is in.
Waveforming in and out. Nyx with a BKB again. Arrow connects onto Celery, and the Static Storm perfectly takes out the Void. Dead for 2 minutes. They're bleeding out now, and there's nothing to stem the flow as Viking. Their wounds are serious, and a 3 versus 5 is what they find themselves in, with Morphling shredding through backdoor regen.
Look at the base of Dire.
2 catapults,
Queen of Pain, they're
TPs,
TPing.
boost of travel, in they
Book of
come.
Death.
The Necro Books, the Book of the Dead. Oh, Funnick is going to go for the Chakram. The thrower is falling in the mid lane, though. I don't know if they've got enough. Oh my god, the difference! HellRaisers do it, but barely. Good shout, Lacoste. Vikings saw a glimmer of